The frost of winter is thawing, and with it comes a tidal wave of fresh anime, ready to sweep us off our feet. Crunchyroll, Netflix, and Hulu are about to spoil us with epic new sagas, jaw-dropping battles, and stories that'll tug at our heartstrings. From long-awaited finales to bold new adventures, spring 2025 promises something for every kind of fan. Whether you're here for heart, hype, or high-octane action, this season is about to deliver. So, grab your watch lists and clear your schedules. Here's your ultimate guide to spring 2025's hottest anime. First up, Go Loser Ranger is back for Season 2, and it's turning the superhero genre upside down once again. Imagine Power Rangers, but with existential dread, moral ambiguity, and a hilariously bitter foot soldier plotting revenge. Fighter D, a grunt in an evil organization constantly trounced by the so-called heroic Rangers, is fed up with being cannon fodder. This season, he's flipping the script in the most unexpected ways. Season 1's clever blend of action, humor, and unexpected emotional depth kept fans hooked, and with Yostar Pictures returning to the director's chair, we can expect even more high-stakes antics. Will Fighter D finally outwit the Rangers and rise to infamy, or will his quest for justice, or maybe just petty revenge, land him in even hotter water? One thing's for sure, this twisted take on heroism is a must-watch. Need some epic sword fights and emotional growth? From old Country Bumpkin to Master Swordsman is ready to slice its way into your heart. This fantasy epic follows Beryl Gardner, a humble sword instructor from a remote village whose dreams of glory slip through his fingers until fate comes knocking once again. When his former students, now celebrated warriors, return, Beryl's quiet life is upended as he's pulled into a new journey that will test his skills and spirit. As dark forces rise, Beryl must confront not only enemies on the battlefield but the self-doubt that's haunted him for years. Directed by Akio Kazumi, Loner Life in Another World, and brought to life by Hiroaki Hinata, One Piece's Sanji, this underdog tale promises breathtaking duels, heartfelt mentorship, and a hero's journey like no other. Dark elegance returns in Black Butler Emerald Witch arc, and this time, the stakes are higher than ever. Seal Phantom Hive and his enigmatic demon butler, Sebastian Michaelis, trade the foggy streets of London for the eerie forests of Germany, where whispers of werewolves and ancient curses linger in the shadows. Adapting chapters 86 to 107 of Yanato Boso's iconic manga, this arc promises intrigue, suspense, and the kind of gothic charm that made Black Butler a fan favorite. Kinjiro Okada returns to direct, with Cloverworks ensuring the visuals are as sharp as Sebastian's silverware. Adding fresh intrigue to the cast are Riko Gamiya as the mysterious Sieglin Sullivan and Chikahiro Kobayashi as the enigmatic Wolfram. If you're craving dark mysteries, sharp suits, and even sharper knives, this arc is not to be missed. If intense street fights and unbreakable bonds are your thing, Windbreaker Season 2 will get your heart racing. In the town of Mikochi, delinquents aren't just misfits, they're the town's protectors, standing as the last line of defense against chaos and crime. Season 1 introduced us to the fierce yet loyal crew of high school vigilantes, led by the ever-evolving Haruka Sakura. As Haruka grows into his newfound sense of purpose, Season 2 promises to dive deeper into the challenges he and his crew face, not just from rival gangs, but from their own fears, doubts, and the weight of responsibility. Expect bone-crunching brawls, heartfelt moments of loyalty, and a coming-of-age story that packs a serious punch. Looking for some magical mischief? Witch Watch has all the spellbinding chaos you could ask for. Fresh out of magic school, bubbly young witch Nico Wakatsuki isn't just clumsy with her spells, she's also madly in love with her childhood friend, Morihito Otogi. And what's the logical solution to that? Making him her familiar, of course. The problem? Morihito isn't exactly thrilled about the gig, especially since he's cursed and now has to live under the same roof as Nico. What follows is a hilarious whirlwind of magical blunders, awkward romance, and heartwarming friendship. The English dub features fan favorites Lilipichu and Stephen Fu, ensuring every laugh and heartfelt moment lands perfectly. If you're in the mood for laughs, love, and a little magic, Witch Watch belongs on your list. Isekai lovers, rejoice, the beginning after the end is making its long-awaited debut, and it promises to be a game-changer. Adapted from Turtle Me's beloved web series, this anime follows King Gray, a once mighty monarch who dies, only to be reborn in a mystical new world as Arthur Lewin. Now, with a second shot at life, Arthur embarks on a journey to master magic, forge new bonds, and face powerful foes, all while carrying the lessons and regrets of his past life. Studio ACAT leads the adaptation, with Turtle Me personally overseeing the project to ensure the heart and soul of the story remain intact. Expect epic battles, heartfelt relationships, and the allure of second chances wrapped in a richly crafted fantasy world. For those craving a blend of mystery, nostalgia, and romance, Kowloon Generic Romance is set to deliver all that and more. Adapted from Jun Mayuzuki's celebrated manga, this story takes us deep into the labyrinthine alleys of Kowloon Walled City, a place where the past lingers in the air, and secrets hide behind every corner. The story follows Reiko Kujirai, a quiet, reserved woman who works at a local real estate agency. As she grows closer to her coworker, Hajime Kudo, a complicated romance begins to bloom. Director Yoshiaki Iwasaki beautifully translates the manga's distinctive 90s-inspired art style into animation, bringing a dreamy, atmospheric quality that feels both nostalgic and futuristic. Mark your calendars, Kowloon Generic Romance is a must-watch for those who love stories that linger long after the credits roll. After a 5-year wait, Fire Force is blazing back onto our screens for its highly anticipated third and final season, and this time, the flames are hotter than ever. The battle between humanity and the mysterious evangelist is coming to a head, and Special Fire Force Company 8 stands at the center of the inferno. Shira Kusakabe and his comrades aren't just fighting infernals anymore, they're unraveling the dark truth behind the Great Cataclysm, the origins of Adala, and the very forces that govern life and death itself. As the stakes reach new heights, Shira will push his pyrokinetic powers beyond their limits, unlocking abilities that could change the fate of the world. Directed by Minamikawa and produced by David Production, this season promises jaw-dropping action, heart-wrenching drama, and the kind of high-octane storytelling that made the series a fan favorite. Split into 2 cores, with the first premiering in April 2025 and the second in January 2026, this fiery conclusion is shaping up to be nothing short of epic. Whether you're a longtime fan or catching up before the final showdown, Fire Force Season 3 is ready to leave a lasting mark. The world of heroes is about to get a whole lot darker. My Hero Academia Vigilantes takes us off the polished streets of UA High and plunges into the gritty underworld of unlicensed crime fighters, a side of hero society we've only glimpsed until now. The story centers on Kuchi Hamawari, a college student whose seemingly unimpressive quirk barely raises an eyebrow in a world overflowing with flashy powers. But when fate throws him into the path of Knuckle Duster, a vigilante with fists of iron and a thirst for justice, Kuchi's life takes a dramatic turn. As the two form an unlikely partnership, they confront villains and corruption lurking in the shadows, all while questioning what it truly means to be a hero. Directed by Kenichi Suzuki, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Cells at Work, this spin-off dives deep into the complexities of justice and morality, exploring what happens when heroes are forced to break the rules to protect the innocent. With stunning animation from Bones Film, expect intense action, gripping drama, and a whole new perspective on the world of My Hero Academia. If you're a fan of stylish action, high-stakes storytelling, and mind-bending sci-fi, then Lazarus is about to become your next obsession. From legendary director Shinichiro Watanabe, the creative genius behind Cowboy Bebop and Samurai Champloo, comes a thrilling new series produced by Studio Mappa. The year is 2052. Humanity has achieved unprecedented peace and prosperity thanks to a revolutionary drug called Hapuna. Developed by neuroscientist Dr. Skinner, Hapuna eliminates sickness and pain, ushering in a golden age. But that peace shatters when Dr. Skinner resurfaces, revealing a terrifying truth: Hapuna has a fatal, delayed side effect, and those who've taken it have only 3 years to live. With just 30 days left to find a cure, a specialized task force called Lazarus is assembled to hunt down Dr. Skinner and unravel the conspiracy behind the drug. Featuring a powerhouse Japanese voice cast and a genre-blending soundtrack by Kamasi Washington, Floating Points, and Bonobo, Lazarus promises pulse-pounding action, nail-biting suspense, and unforgettable characters. Catch its premiere on April 5, 2025, on Adult Swim's Toonami block. Devil May Cry is back and bloodier than ever. Based on Capcom's iconic video game franchise, this gritty urban fantasy follows Dante, a half-demon, half-human mercenary who makes a living exterminating demons with style. When Dante takes on what seems like a routine job, escorting a young girl named Patty Lowell, the last heir of a prestigious family, he quickly realizes that things are far from simple. Sinister forces begin to close in, tied to an apocalyptic scheme that threatens to plunge the world into darkness. To make matters worse, a new enemy emerges, the enigmatic White Rabbit, whose plans could spell doom for both the human and demon worlds. Produced by Adi Shankar, Castlevania, and animated by Studio Mir, this adaptation stays true to the source material's adrenaline-fueled combat and dark gothic vibes. Expect slick fight choreography, Dante's signature wisecracks, and a soundtrack that slaps, with Limp Bizkit's Rollin' as the opening theme. Whether you're a longtime fan or new to the franchise, Devil May Cry promises a stylish, action-packed ride through hell and back. From supernatural showdowns to heartfelt underdog stories, this season is packed with can't-miss shows. Are you hyped for Shinra's final battle and Fire Force? Curious to dive into the dark side of Hero Society with Vigilantes? Or maybe you're ready to jam out with Devil May Cry's demon-slaying action? Whatever you're into, Spring 2025 is about to set the anime world on fire. And hey, if you enjoyed this guide, don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the notification bell. We'll be back soon with even more anime goodness.